Need to dig deeper. Want to see the circus. Yes, the circus and the clowns and the cotton candy. I think we may get there this game. We'll see how it goes. I mean, not today, but soon. So I'm just waiting for some of these early jobs to get finished, which is good. It's raining, apparently. So, at some point, we do need to start crafting our goods. Our fine, high-quality collectibles, our mugs, so that we can sell them to caravans. Now, we know in the fall there's going to be a dwarven caravan. But there might be another caravan that comes before that. Dwarves, humans, that sort of thing. So I'm just in planning mode here to drop off these tables and then... Oops. And then chairs. Again, we'll be in planning mode for this. We'll set up the initial dining room area over here. So we need 16 of each. Rock throne. Oh, a rock chair is called a throne, which is a great name. We need 16 of each, but I'll actually go and build 20 because we'll need some for offices as well. Rock table. And then rock the Casbah. We'll have to smooth out our dining room later on to make it super fancy, including the bedrooms. That takes up a lot of time, and we're going to hold off for now. Are we killing elves again? We should do that. Yes, refuse stockpile. Thank you very much. We're going to put that way out over here. And, before I forget, I'll build a trade depot just outside of our gates right over here. Out of marble, why not? So we can actually do some trading. So, does the chat, you guys let me know, do we want to kill the elves? So last time we did, like, live stream session. Hello, MN828384. Thanks for the sub. Last time we did this, every time an elven caravan would come, we'd just steal all their stuff. We, like, didn't trade with them. We just, like, marked everything on one side and just took it all. And then the dwarves were like, well, I guess we can't do anything about that. Eventually, we'll piss them off enough to, like, lead them to come to war. But in the meantime, we get a bunch of free stuff. I'm kind of in favor of just taking all their stuff. Yeah, not necessarily killing, because honestly, we wouldn't be able to do any combat at first because we wouldn't have any equipment. But I think we should just take all their things. Don't kill the elves, kill humans. Actually, last time we may have gone even more extreme than that. We might have stolen from any trader that showed up, other than the dwarves. Am I growing my hair for summer? No, it's always, you know, kind of in this length. It gets a little longer than this, and I decide it's unmanageable, and I trim it back a bit. Okay, there we go. We have completed our save. I set it to pause after save, because the saves do take a while, so sometimes I like start to save and I want to walk away, so I want to make sure it pauses after that. Don't kill elves unless they resist. Yeah. If they, like, don't let us take their stuff, then obviously they'll go hostile, and we'll have to kick their ass. But we'll just rob them blind. Time after time until they finally declare war on us. By then, we'll have a great fortress that can kill everyone. Land moat. Kind of want to see Quill divert the pond to create a regular moat now. That used to be worse. Before they added climbing, it used to be worse. You wanted to keep an empty ditch. If you filled it with water, people could swim across. But if it was an empty ditch, then because they couldn't climb or jump, they would sort of be screwed. Oh, I need to set up my nest boxes as well. Can I make them out of rock? I can. I think I've got 6 females right now. Let's make 10 nest boxes. That'll come up later on. And I guess I should... Oh, I can't do planning mode for nest boxes. Okay, good to know. Rock doors has been completed. Excellent. All the bedrooms are there. So, at first, when the dwarves get tired, they will just sleep on the floor, but they kind of hate it. Now that there's beds, they will sleep in the bed, and they're happy they have a bed, but it's not a bedroom. So now what I have to do is actually make these into bedrooms. And then what they will do, when they get tired and they look for a bed, they will claim one of these bedrooms. You can assign a bedroom to a specific person, but if you leave them unassigned, the dwarves will automatically go and grab a bedroom if they don't have one. So that's pretty good. Will you attempt to keep the clowns out when you breach the circus? Maybe. Depends on how much, like, metal and stuff we've got. Yeah, I know, the real-time 3D vision of the game is a cool little add-on. I just saw that post on the Dwarf Fortress Reddit the other day. Grabbing lots of rocks, bring them up. Okay, we should have our lever. Oh, no, not done. Do we not have anyone assigned to be a mechanic? That is probable. Oh, no, we do. They might just be busy. Honestly, I can assign everyone to be a mechanic because the skill for that is not terribly relevant. Especially since I don't have anyone who's particularly highly skilled at it anyway. Yeah, you're just looking for some stuff. That's okay. How are we doing on barrels? Actually, we need more barrels. I just saw that our barrels are all snagged for food storage. We need barrels for beer storage. Alright, let's ask for like 30 barrels. They'll get used later on. Now it'll be overkill, but yeah, it's fine. You can never have too much overkill. Mencio. Thanks for the sub. You make a pasture around the nest boxes and assign the fowl to it, they'll stay there nice and neatly. Yes, in fact, I actually, a DF hack, one of the tools that it includes is an auto nest box tool, which will automatically, I believe, set the zones for you and assign them. Maybe it doesn't set the zone. Maybe you put down the nest to the zone, but it takes care of actually assigning people to it, which is nice. Okay, this lever, we're going to link it to a bridge. Yes, that bridge, using this mechanism, using the other mechanism, done. So now we'll be able to pull that up whenever we want. So we'll let the nest boxes get finished. I'm assuming the mason can make them? Oh, the craft dwarf does it. Oh, alright, cool. Silly Quill, you don't store booze, you drink it. Ah, that is true. Those taco pictures make me hungry. Combat. Dog is fighting a peregrine falcon man and woman? Where the hell is this happening? I'm very concerned here. This embark is very scary. Things keep coming in and out, at least. And a lot of these guys are flyers as well, which means they can sort of, like, get into our base a lot easier than I was hoping. Alright, the stray dog scratches the falcon man, and he has to run away. Good. And the hunter is hunting. And then gets scared. Did the butcher shop get done? It is done. Good. Is our hunter set to butcher? It's usually the way I like to work it. So first of all, who's our hunter? Our hunter is Tacticus Baconus. And he is enabled for butchery and tanning. Good. Alright, so no idlers. Everyone is very busy. Some people are sleeping, but that's fair. Making barrels, thrones, storing items, planting seeds. Very happy with how things are going. I'm going to let them keep working on this one plot for now until we can get more farmers, and then we'll extend it a little bit. Contribution to the Whiskey Fund, Dewey? Nice strategic pause at the end of the first episode of the Common Sense Multiplayer. It looks like it should be an interesting series. It is an interesting series. As I tweeted the other day, by the end of the first week of our Common Sense series, every single human will have gone into a war against another human. So we're by putting ourselves in the HRE like that, close and tight, there's going to be a lot of conflict between each other. So expect some fireworks there. One person with no jobs, Pasta Cat. What does Pasta Cat normally do? Miner. Woodcrafter. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and let's enable you for some farming so you can do a little bit of that when you're not too busy. It's not the easiest game to get into, but once you get past the very start of the learning curve, like, it's just, the problem is, you know, everything is sort of hotkeys and buttons. And there'll be a lot of failures, but that's a lot of the part of fun. Losing is fun is literally like the motto of this game. And, you know, the first time you'll have a fortress where, oh, you'll run out of food. And the next one you'll have one where, oh, you didn't have enough booze, so everyone freaked out and started killing each other. And then, you know, every time you fail somewhere and you're like, okay, so you restart and then you don't fail that way. And then you get to the next point of failure and so on and so forth. And eventually you get to the point where you can pretty much run a fortress kind of sort of forever. The only question is, like, how far do you push yourselves? Digging deeply and greedily, for example. Or maybe set little rules for yourself, like not using as many traps, for example. Currently, that's probably the only Hoi 4 video I'm working on, Efrat. I do have a little bit more footage, but it's not really any different. And I don't have permission to just do, like, Let's Plays or live stream Hoi 4 at this point, for example. So it's only the videos that were recorded during the press session that I was currently able to show you, and I basically showed you all that. Okay, I want some of these. Are these tables done? No, they're still waiting to be built. We're making all the chairs first, which is okay. At some point, we'll need an office for our bookkeeper and our mason. They don't need it at first, and they still can queue things up, this whole job queue thing. But later on, when your fortress gets bigger, you actually need an actual office for them. I suppose we could, like, dig something out right now, just over here. Just off the workshops, which sounds pretty appropriate to me. So we'll go one further. There we go. Just some little mini cubicles, little closets for them to work in. Oh, the fortress with the crazy rabid kids. That was... wow. Wow. That fortress failed in such a spectacular manner. It was amazing. One of the things that can happen in this game is your dwarves can throw tantrums if they're not happy. And the problem is, when they throw a tantrum, they like to start fights with other dwarves. Sometimes accidentally killing them in their rage, which means that now you've got a dead dwarf, which means all their friends get upset. So they might throw a tantrum as well, start more fights, kill some more dwarves, and all of a sudden you've got this thing called a tantrum spiral, where at the end of it, all your dwarves are dead. And that happened in one of the fortresses, because, like, I think I sent the dwarves out to fight a titan or something, and tons of them died doing that, which triggered a tantrum spiral. At the end of it, the only people that were left were the children, and they'd all gone pretty crazy as well. So I had this fortress full of crazy kids. So what I did is, you can abandon the fortress, but it still exists in the world map. And so I built another expedition, went back to that site, and reclaimed that fortress. And my dwarves, as they were, like, you know, scouting out the hallways of this abandoned dwarven fortress to reclaim it, they kept getting ambushed by these feral children who would leap out of the darkness and start attacking them. And they had, like, phenomenal strength, because a crazed dwarf is just unbelievably dangerous. So that was fun! The other great one is when you've got, like, a were-lizard or a werewolf or something that shows up, so they can, like, transform into their were form. They go around, they start biting people, and then they infect more people with the were-lizardism. And so we had a fortress that fell to that sort of thing at one point. And so I started a new fortress somewhere else in the same world. And at some point, one of the migrants that came, because you get these waves of immigrants, well, actually two of the immigrants that came were people from that previous fortress. So I didn't know if they were infected with were-lizardism or not. So I actually, like, forced them into a little building on the surface and locked them in there for, like, a week. And then when they didn't transform in all that time, I was like, okay, I let them out. That was Formal Ka and not sure who else. So, my hunter over here has killed a giant hedgehog, I think. No, or the weasel. Probably the weasel, since it's carrying a W. So he's going to bring that down to the butcher shop. And chop it up. We look over here, there's just a weasel corpse. That's our hunter. Oh, hunter's taking a break. He's brought the corpse over here. Hopefully he'll go and butcher that up before it rots. Then we'll get some fresh meat. Okay, we don't have any plants to brew right now. That's okay. Our crops are coming along well. This is our first harvest of plump helmets over here. Really good. Didn't you have a fortress that had a vampire in it? Yeah, all the time. Vampires are just a fact of life. You can figure out, like, you can find out who your vampire is and try to, like, cage them up so they don't hurt anyone, or you can just, like, draft them into the military, because vampires are super badass fighters. So let's put them to good use. So a dwarf dies every now and again because the vampire needs a snack. Who cares? We got our first wave of migrants. So we're gonna let them. Can't actually see them. Oh, you know what we need to do? Oh, we still don't have our tables over here. as I'd mentioned, we're going to name one of them. People have made a request. I'm going to name one of them after me. Whoever, like, is the worst dwarf in the bunch, I'll name them after me, and then the rest will be subscribers. I just have to wait for them to get on the map. And the problem is we don't have a proper meeting hall yet. I could zone something. I'm just waiting for one of these tables to get done. I can increase the priority, but I think the stuff's already in the queue. Yeah, right here. Let me cancel the throne jobs and just force them to build at least one table. Alright, we finished our brew job of 30, which is nice. That'll hold us for a while. We got about 200 units of drink, which is pretty good. Not a ton of food, although our farms are getting going. Now that the first one's fully planted, I think I will go and designate the second one. So we'll try to grow as much cave wheat as possible, but cave wheat can't grow in every season. There we go. So we've got a second plot going over here. It'll grow cave wheat, sweet pods, a little plump helmets. Cave wheat grows in the summer and fall. Sweet pods will grow in the winter. Something like that. Yeah, no. Sweet pods will grow in the spring, and then we'll have some more plump helmets in the winter. No, I know you don't need a table to make a meeting hall. Use zones, but I'm just gonna wait until there's a table there, because why not? Silly Quill, you store beer in your belly, not barrels. Sure, I'll die epically and horribly when I become a dwarf. Hey, Aver, well, thank you very much for the donation. I hope you die as epically as you want. You know what I can do? I do like doing this, is a stockpile for stone, say right in the middle here. So any idle dwarves will bring stone here that then the mason and stuff can use a little bit closer. I don't want metals, though. Or the economic stones. Or the clay. Yeah, just this other stuff. I don't know if we've got any of that other stuff right now, or if it's all marble. Okay, the other dwarves have arrived. They're probably just lingering on the edge of the map, but there we go. I just like doing it this way. Make a dining room, embiggen it, and then flag it as a meeting hall. Yes, you can use zones, but I like it better. So this is also, all of our idle animals will come and hang out down here too, which means they'll be a lot less vulnerable to being attacked by falcon men or whatever. Draco, thanks for the sub. Just have one giant hedgehog kicking around. What we need to do is queue up some wooden bolts, because we're probably just about out of metal bolts for our hunter. And also, I think we're going to want to chop down some more trees. There we go. If we check our stockpile down here, yeah, we've only got 2 logs left, so we definitely need that. Okay, let's pause. Let's bring up Dwarf Therapist. Read dwarves. So, we got a wave of 5 dwarves. Who doesn't have any skills whatsoever? Right over here. He's got a little cloth making skill, but that's about it. So, I am going to be this dwarf over here. Let's see what happens to me. And then I'm going to go to the subscriber list. We're going to pick up Professor Strangelove. Right there. We're going to have... so I think this one's me. Tell you what, let me... There we go. Dath. We're going to have Son of Stig. Is Son of Stig in the chat today? Usually around. And CMC18 Pit. Boom. There we go. That's our new wave of dwarves. And then they're going to get put to work. Do we have our nest boxes yet? Nope. They're still in a queue. Ah! Hunter is hunting the giant hedgehog. Still using some copper bolts, so still had plenty of ammunition left. Once he runs out of copper bolts, hunting will slow down quite a bit, because wooden bolts and bone bolts are just not as effective. But they're cheap. You can basically make them an unlimited supply. It also gives our hunter plenty of opportunity to train his skills, because he has to fire so many extra shots. Rocks are being lugged up there. I could carve some blocks and stuff too, which is interesting. Because you can use the blocks for a lot of this construction. They're a lot lighter too. And I think you get multiple blocks out of a single boulder. So we're done our barrel job, which is good. All right, we're gonna start making our tradables over there. So, you do that at your craft dwarf shop, which is here. And you can make goods. Usually make goods out of stone, because we have lots of stone. So make goods out of that. But I'd much prefer making... And goods will be a variety of different stuff. Things that we don't really use, but that we can make a lot of very quickly, and that sells pretty well. Personally, I like to specifically just make mugs. I like to make a rock mug industry. Just because it's easier to search for, and I think it's really hilarious to just be going around selling mugs to everyone all the time. I don't have any wheelbarrows yet. It would be pretty handy, especially with the rock stockpile. That's actually a good point. Wooden barrel, there it is. Barrow, rather. I'll just, like, 6 of them. That's going to be more than enough. And we'll make sure that this stockpile here that is meant for stone has a wheelbarrow side. And then this one has no wheelbarrows, which I'm happy with. Okay. Quill the Mug Maker, that's right. I could assign myself to, like, do mug duty. That might be fun. And actually lock in my changes, yeah. Okay. What was I gonna say? But that would give me sort of an important job. As is now, I'm basically just someone who hauls nonstop. Not particularly exciting. I should put myself in the military, though. NB Battle Hunter, what do you say here? Just watch the latest KSP. Do you check your lab between episodes? Last time seems like a long time ago. Yeah, probably I do. Quite a few of the time warps I've checked, and it's gotten like, it's very close to 500, so I ship it home. So yeah, I don't know if I've done any of the transmitting from the science labs on screen, but I have been checking them. All of Quill's Fortress double as a gift shop. Get your limited edition boat murdered mugs here. That's true. Like that, everyone's hanging out. What is this thing? A boar. Cool. Someone must have brought it. I don't think we have anything new that is great. Oh no, we have a baby donkey that someone brought with them. So we're going to assign that to the pasture as well. Nest boxes are still in queue. So we still have to wait for them to get done. Actually, I just realized something. The nest boxes have been queued up at the Crafts Dwarf shop for a while. I don't know if we've got anyone set up to be a stone crafter. Maybe I will have to assign stone crafting. No, we do, Zuna. Although Zuna's busy with the masonry. You know what? I am going to be the official mug maker. Screw it. That's my job, is stone crafting. I'm going to disable fishing, which is apparently turned on. And cloth making. So I will still haul things, but other than that, I will spend all my time... What was that? Oh, that's fine. I will spend all my time making mugs. There we go. Auto labor will be engaged very soon. We'll manually set things for a little while, but auto labor will be set soon. At which point, I won't be guaranteed to... Oh, an animal has grown to be a stray ewe. Oh, one of my sheep grew. Excellent. How do you shear them? What do you need for that? It's a workshop. Is it the loom? Might be the loom that will automatically shear animals whenever the opportunity presents itself. Wheelbarrows are done. Good. We have more than we'll ever need. Work in Switzerland. There's another Quilligeen fan there. Cool. Make sure to remove eggs from the food stockpile or the dwarves will take them from the nest boxes. Interesting. Alright, loom. No. Do you just turn on shearing? Is that all you have to do? Dwarf Fortress. Wool. Shearing. Shear the wool from animals in a farmer's workshop. Ha! Build workshop. Farmer's workshop. W. Right. The loom will weave the yarn into cloth. And there you go. Now the chat's caught up enough that it says farmer's workshop. Make a shrine out of animal skull totems. Interesting. That's almost done being constructed. There we go. Yeah, now I think the sheer animals happens automatically, doesn't it? Maybe not. Some things do happen automatically. This one might not. We'll leave it anyway, because I know that the loom will automatically weave cloth by default. I guess it might be under orders, because that is workshop orders. See, it will auto loom thread, auto slaughter, auto butcher, auto fishery, auto kitchen, auto tanner. Yeah, I don't know. Haven't really done the wool thing before. Now I have to set the task. That's kind of annoying, but all right. Rockin' Rimmer, hey, thanks for the sub. The resub, 12 months. All right, we've been going for about an hour. It's going to be time for us to take a brief break over here. Everything is going pretty well. We do need more bedrooms because we do have some more migrants. I suppose we can dig them out now. What I'll do is designate in position here, and I'm just recording a macro. Pew, 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 pew. Sound effects are important in all things. And while I'm at it, let's mine out the other side. There we are. These nice 2x3 bedrooms make people a little bit happier. I don't like it when I make the 3x1s. The bigger bedrooms don't really help anything, although technically they give you more room to sort of smooth and therefore make people happier with the quality, but anyway. Alright, we're going to take a short break, folks. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm going to refill my drink and pee. So see you in a bit.